get familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hello students, so welcome back to my video. So I think in the last videos up to part 3, I think, so in that we have discussed up to the angle of repose, correct? So when the body is kept on an inclined plane, okay? So when the body is about to slide on an inclined plane, so with what angle? Okay, so that particular angle where the body kept on the inclined plane is about to slide is called actually the angle of repose, So I think we have discussed up to that concept of angle of repose in the last video. That is video part number 3, right? So now in the video part 4, okay? So let us continue the discussion to find the velocity, acceleration and time taken for a body. So when it is sliding down on an inclined plane, okay? So the concept is to determine the velocity, time taken, even acceleration also, okay? So now there are two cases again. So because you can consider the inclined plane, so maybe having some friction or may not be having some friction. So the first case, let us consider the acceleration of a body moving along an inclined plane without friction first. So what you will understand by that? So that means there is an inclined plane of course, and we are adjusting the angle so that the body is about to slide, okay? It is already sliding from point A to B. So that means you have to understand that the theta is greater than the angle of repose, okay? Now the surface of the inclined plane should be very smooth, okay? Almost negligible friction, okay? Then we can say the body is sliding over a inclined plane without friction, okay? So now in that case, so let us consider how the body is experiencing the forces when it is kept on the inclined plane. So you have to draw the free body diagram. This is called actually free body diagram. There is a body of mass m here. So when it is kept on the inclined plane, what are the forces acting on the body? So you have to show that forces acting on the body. That is called actually the free body diagram, FBD. You can remember that FBD means free body diagram, okay? So now you look at the diagram here. See, when the body is sliding down like this, so first of all it is having the weight, okay? What is its weight and in what direction it is acting? So weight of the body W is equal to mg. So it is acting exactly vertically downwards, correct? Then so this weight of the body can be resolved into two perpendicular components. You can see that here. So mg sin theta, okay? So in the direction of x-axis, let us say it is mg sin theta. Perpendicular to this component mg sin theta, we have another component that is called mg cos theta, where mg is the weight of the body. So mg sin theta, mg cos theta are the two perpendicular component, resolved component. They are called resolved component of the weight, okay? Now, so in these two forces, which force is making the body to move? See, you can see that here mg sin theta is the component that is making the body to move. So that because of this force, okay, because of this force, the body is accelerated, okay? So it is just accelerated with, let us say, A. The force acting on the body due to this particular force, we can say, right? So whereas another component mg cos theta is there here, it is just balancing by the normal force, normal reaction, we can say. That is actually perpendicular to the surface. Normal reaction is always perpendicular to the surface, and this normal reaction is in opposite direction and balancing the force mg cos theta acting in the opposite direction like this, okay? Then the body is, so when these two are cancelled each other, then what is the net force acting on the body? Only mg sin theta, and that is making the body to move or slide down in the inclined plane. Clear? Okay. So once you understand this diagram, so what is the displacement of the body? So displacement of the body from point A to B is actually considered as L. That is the total length of the inclined plane. Displacement also we can say, okay? Then so just write down here the resolved components of the weight mg are actually mg sin theta and mg cos theta, okay? And then the normal force N, as I said, normal force N and mg cos theta balance each other, okay? Then we can write mg cos theta is equal to just N. This is the equation for normal force. And then the component mg sin theta, produces the acceleration in the body, okay? Because that is the force, we can say that force F is given by making the acceleration means you can write F is equal to m into a, and that is equal to mg sin theta only, component mg sin theta only. Okay, then if you cancel this m on both sides, you will get the acceleration of the body. See, acceleration of the body is given by a is equal to, now after cancelling m, what you will get? A is equal to g into sin theta only, right? Let it be equation 2. Okay, then to determine the time taken to slide down from point A to B, total distance L. Okay, so let T is the time taken to reach the bottom. Okay, then you have to apply the equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half at square. So in this case, what is S? Displacement, that is equal to L. Okay, and with what initial velocity when it is kept at this point? Initial velocity, you have to assume that u is equal to 0 and reaching the maximum final velocity v, 0 to v, right? So now, so with that initial velocity u square is equal to 0 because u is equal to 0 here. So S is equal to u plus half at square, half into a is equal to how much? Equation 2 gives a, so g sin theta into t square. So this is equal into S is equal to ut plus half at square. So u is 0, so that is why ut cancels here. So half into a t square, where a is equal to g sin theta. Okay, just to simplify this equation for t. Okay, so by cross multiplication, L into 2, so 2L will be there, divided by g sin theta. You can write that 2L by sin theta. So that is actually equal to t square. So if you take the square root on both sides, you will get t is equal to, okay, square root of 2L by g sin theta. That gives the equation 3 for time taken to slide down the entire length L. Clear? So we have derived the equation for acceleration and time taken. So next, what else? Velocity. So to find the velocity, so let us consider that v is the speed of the block at the bottom. So it is moving with the speed v at the bottom. So that means that is the final velocity, right? So consider that equation now. Another standard equation is there. What is that? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Now v square is the final velocity, but initial velocity u is equal to 0, so you can just write u square as 0 here. Plus 2as I said. What is a? So a is nothing but g sin theta. Here it is. S is displacement, that is L. Clear? So if v square is equal to 2g sin theta L, just if you simplify equation by taking square root on both sides, you will get v is equal to square root of 2gl sin theta. This is the equation for velocity. So that means, so we have derived equation basically for acceleration, okay, time taken and the velocity. So in the case 1 where the acceleration of the body moving along an inclined plane without friction. So now let us discuss the second case where we have some friction on the inclined plane also. That is the second part. Okay. Okay, now look at the second case. So in the second case, as I told, acceleration of a body moving along an inclined plane with friction. So the figure is same. Okay, so we have again the inclined plane. So it is inclined at the angle theta. Okay, so there is a body of mass m, so kept on the inclined plane. Now the difference is this inclined plane is not smooth surface, it is a rough surface, because we have to get some friction. When it is moving on the inclined surface, you should have certain friction. Okay, so due to that friction, the body is not freely moving downwards. Okay, it is opposed by some opposition force. What is that opposition force is called? That is called frictional force, right? So that is why I am showing here the frictional force opposing the motion. Okay, when it is accelerated downwards with A, even then it is opposed by the friction F. Okay, so remaining the diagram for free body diagram is same. Okay, the body is moving downwards and the weight of the body W is equal to mg is resolved into two components again, mg sin theta and mg cos theta, mutually perpendicular to each other. Mg cos theta is balanced by the normal reaction. Okay, so normal reaction n is equal to, you can write mg cos theta as usual. So in the equation 1. Now if theta is greater than theta naught, what is theta naught? Theta naught is called angle of repose. Okay, so when the angle exceeds the angle of repose, then the body starts sliding over the inclined plane. Then what is the resultant force acting on the body? The resultant force acting on the body is now mg sin theta minus f, because the body is accelerated due to the force mg sin theta, of course. Okay, the component force mg sin theta, but it is opposed by the frictional force. And hence you have to write the equation like mg sin theta minus f it is. Okay, acting in the opposite direction, no? So you should write minus f. Then, so here f is equal to mu k mg sin theta. So if you can consider this f as the frictional force given by mu k mg cos theta, right? Frictional force. In that equation again, what is mu k? Mu k is the coefficient of kinetic friction, because the body is moving with the kinetic friction here. Okay, so the opposite by kinetic friction. So we can write that mu k here. If the body is at rest, so that is called static friction. Here the body is moving, you know. You have to consider the coefficient of kinetic friction. Okay. Now, so the force acting on the body to get the acceleration is given by now ma is equal to, so mg sin theta minus f. So f is equal to mu k mg cos theta. Substitute that equation for f here. And then you cancel the term m on both sides. So left with the acceleration a. So g is common here. So g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta is the equation. So if v is the velocity of the block, if it is moving with certain velocity, so let us consider the final velocity as v here. Okay, so then equation, standard equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as, where the displacement s is equal to L here I said. So initial velocity is equal to 0, so therefore only v square is equal to, so 2 into a, what is that a? Acceleration. So equation 2 gives the acceleration for you, that is 2 into g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta multiplied by L. Okay, by taking square root on both sides. So again we get the equation for velocity. V is equal to square root of 2g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta into L. Okay. So in this video I am just stopping the concept. In the next video I will continue how to consider the applications of some Newton's laws of motion. Clear? Okay. Thank you for watching.